Hello, my name is Lulu Keefe, and this is my project, The Effect of an Artificial Web on a Spider's Habitat. Some background information about spiderwebs is that they are made out of silk that come from proteins from inside of the spider's bodies. The silk is made in the silk gland that comes out of the spinneret. There are over 45,000 species of known spiders all over the world. Only 25 species venom is strong enough to cause illness to humans, and although spiders have a very large brain, they are only a little bit smarter than their prey. The results of my experiment can be very useful to scientists in other situations and can help them with their research. The questions that led to my hypothesis were, would a spider recognize a man-made web as their own web, and would they use that web instead of making another one? My hypothesis was that spiders will not recognize or utilize the presence of an artificial web. Some of my materials were 6 spiders plus 6 backup, individual tanks for each spider, food and water for the spiders, and artificial webs that I hand wove. The independent variable in my experiment was what the web is made of and whether the spider has a web. The dependent variable was the effect of the web on the spider. The constant variable was the same enclosure with the same interiors, and the control experiment was the spiders without the web. My procedure was to purchase 6 spiders, put together the webs and enclosures while waiting for the spiders to arrive, and then immediately put the spiders in the pre-made tanks. I then took weekly journals on the spider's behavior and lots of pictures and videos. As I said earlier, I took weekly journals on the spider's behavior and recorded the data. Over the course of 14 weeks, I recorded the spider's behavior. During the first few weeks, I wrote that the spiders started to make their own webs, and by the end of the month, all 6 of the spiders had made their own webs over mine. For about a month after that, the spiders had no additional behavior recorded. In week 9, 2 of the spiders moved from one side of the enclosure to the other. In week 11, one of the spiders took down their original web and started making another one. In week 12, the spider from the previous week finished its new web, and the 2 spiders that moved from one side of the tank to the other started and completed new webs. For the last few weeks of my experiment, there were no distinct data changes, and the spiders remained the same. My results show the impact of an artificial web on a spider. My results support the hypothesis that spiders will not recognize or utilize the presence of an artificial web, and they reject the question, would a spider recognize a man-made web as their own, and would they use that web instead of making their own? Some of my potential sources of error could be human error, such as poor observation and wrong timing on the observation. Another could be variables, meaning the constant or the spiders without webs. Moving forward, my experimental data could be used to learn more about the mentality of the spider or in future experiments. My conclusions drawn were that the hypothesis was proven and my questions were answered and rejected. Some applications could be in a scientific setting, such as animal psychology. If I had limited resources for my experiment, many more conclusions could be drawn and the research could lead to new discoveries in the animal psychology field.